Hi there, it's Karen here. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to begin creating online educational videos and sharing them, or hosting them rather, on free platforms. So this is great for you if you have a course idea and you want to just test it out and you need to, put it out there in video, or if you are creating a process for your team, or maybe you're creating an onboarding process for your current clients. And you've looked at online platforms, but you're not really sure if you really need to dive deep into the course platforms because you haven't gotten started yet. So let's simplify this right off the top. My name is Karen, and this channel is all about simplifying your online course creation flow. Whether that, like I said, be an online course or something that you're doing for internal purposes. You have video content and you know you need to get it out there. You know you need to help your caseload, your workload. And the best way of doing that is create video on things that you're doing over and over and over again in your business that could be taught by video. So let's start with turning the camera on. There are so many different things that you could go down rabbit holes on. So let's simplify this. I love to use my Mac, and I use the actual, I can use the actual FaceTime camera. It's not as good, and I'm going to show you a clip of what the FaceTime camera looks like. I'll insert that right here. So this is what it looks like without the Logitech. So you'll see the lighting isn't as good. What I have on my Mac is a Logitech HD 1080p. It's under $100. And as you can see, it lifts the light. The secondary thing that I use is a blue Yeti microphone. It's about $200, but don't worry about that. You do not need it. I'm going to show you a tool in this video that's going to make you sound like you stepped out of a studio, no matter what you recorded it with. And a lot of newer computers, or newish computers, they do have decent microphones in it. So don't let that be a stopgap. I used a little simple lav, a $20 lav mic when I was starting out, and that does just fine. So don't overthink these things. Get these little tools and just start doing it. Now, as far as the recording device, what I'm using right now on my Mac is the QuickTime, which is just the basic recorder. If you're using a PC, you'll have one that's specific to Windows or whatever software that your computer is used to. And I just have it on the settings that say new video, because I want to screen share and I want to be able to show you the different softwares to use. So the first one we're going to start with is Loom. So this is Loom. This is a Chrome extension. So you need to be working off of Chrome to be working with Loom. And once you have downloaded it, it works on Mac and it works on PC. Once you've downloaded it, you'll have this extension right here that you just click on it anytime and you start recording a video at any time. So here's the nice thing about, one of the nice things about the free version is you have a 5-minute timeline. So you have to get to the point really, really quick. So that means I have to get to the point really quick. So if I'm just doing a face to camera video, I can go like this, or I can choose in the settings when I start the video that I just want the video and not the video and screen. But I'm going to choose the video and the screen. So I click back on that other circle, and you can even make yourself even smaller there. Now that's really cool. Now here is one of the things that is the coolest, is that Loom gives you a Chrome library and an online library. So this is basically a free place and a resource to keep your videos. And you have a 25 videos allowance and 5 minutes each video for the free version. Now, when it comes to sharing your videos, all you have to do is copy the link can send the link to somebody. You can also add people to your workspace. Now, that does come with a bump up, and their monthly rates are very reasonable, something like $8 a month. It's not very expensive at all. Now, you'll see that I have a lot of videos here. I used it a ton of times, especially when I'm talking with clients about their Kajabi work that I'm doing for them, so that I can show them how to do things in the back end of their site, so that they really do have the keys to their platform. So it's really great for showing screen share tutorials and doing all kinds of educational videos. They also have really great getting started videos so that you don't get lost. Then when you're done, you just click end. Now this is descript. I know it looks a little intimidating at first, but this one app does more than I even use it for at this point. So right now I'm using the screen record on Descript. And what I did is I popped out all the tutorial videos that it has. So you can use this app for transcriptions, podcasting, screen record, and even video editing, overdub voice cloning. And it also has a little button on it called Studio Sound that allows you to make your microphone sound like it's a professional studio. It's quite amazing. This is definitely one of my favorite tools. They do have free trials that give you a limit of, I think it's like 2 hours of transcription. I'm not really sure what kind of benefits they give you for video, but I do know that you are able to use a lot of the stuff for free to start out. And that makes it a really great choice. Okay, so I'm going to go into a couple of the other little things about Descript that I love, and why I feel like it's a really good place to start. Okay, so let's go to my drive. Again, you can add members to it. I'm just going to open up a project so I can show you one of the things that it does. So as you make the video, it automatically transcribes for you. Now you can also pull in a video and it will transcribe it. So one of the things that it does is it transcribes instead of having the little numbers beside the transcriptions, the way lots of other transcriptions do it. It does it in paragraph format. So you can, copy and paste and have somebody help you take out all the ums and ahs. Now, they also have software when you bump up, depending on what level you get with them, you can get all the ums and ahs taken out with one click. Like, it's pretty incredible software. If I were new with video, like a lot of times I do use iMovie to fuse my videos together. And I use it because I'm very efficient at it. But if I was very new at being efficient at learning a video platform, I would go straight to Descript, and I would really invest the time and the energy and even the money for, I think it's like $15 a month to get more from them, but you can totally start with free. So here's the mind-blowing part, is that if I decided that I'm just going to take this out, oopsies, I'm going to drag in and I just delete that out, it actually deletes it out of the video as well. So if you say something that you don't want to say, you can just go to the recording and delete the sentence, and you don't have to cut any of the video and phase any of the video together. So just like Loom, you can also share the link of your finished project, copy project link, so that you can click on it and email the person the the video that you made just right from in here, so it can actually be your host. And you can also download it just like in Loom. So it's a fantastic software for the reasons why we're doing this video. Now, the final one we're going to explore is right here on YouTube. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, we will just go ahead and start from scratch. Well, for a YouTube channel, you definitely need to have a Google account. So if you already have a YouTube channel and you want to use a different channel, you can follow the steps that I use too, or you can follow the same steps to set up a new YouTube channel. Okay, so you just click on all the dots there and go straight to YouTube. And you'll see that there is my channel there. So you can manage your Google account, switch account, sign out. So I'm going to click on switch account, and you'll see that I have a few other accounts here. View all the channels. I have a few channels. So we can go ahead and create a channel. Add a channel name. So you would just have channel. Now from here, you have a channel, and I just need to switch accounts so that we're working on that channel. So there we go. Then everything will come a little bit easier. The first thing we want to do is customize the channel. And so you click on that button, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can add the branding, you can keep it super simple depending on what you're utilizing it for. Basically, the less information that you put here, the less YouTube will push your videos out. So if you're using it specifically as a hosting for, say, like an internal using unlisted videos, don't worry about too much about the branding or any of this stuff here. Of course, if you do want to do some branding, you can definitely upload your picture, upload a banner image, which is basically, just like you would on Facebook or LinkedIn. There's a banner image with specific dimensions. You can add your logo as a watermark, and those are really easily to upload here. Then you're going to want to fill in the basic information. So just the description of what this channel is all about. And so when you do send links to people, it will tell them. Now, the more keyword that you put in here, the more searchable your channel is. So again, if you want it to be kind of under the radar, you don't have to add any of these things. This is your channel URL. So if you wanted to share your channel link, you just copy it here. And you can also add links to sites that you want people to have access to that are viewing your videos. So you can add your website, whatever you want here. The next thing you're going to want to do is go into the settings, and basically go through all of these things. So you want to select your country of residence. There's advanced settings. I always recommend to have it as that, it's this is mandatory. You have to do this for YouTube. Say if it's for kids or not for kids, or I want to review this setting before every video, it will just ask you. And then you could, disable interest-based ads. So what happens with YouTube is if they see that your video is being shown often, they're going to put ads on it without your approval. You could allow viewers to clip your content or not. So basically, if you want to make sure that your content is not being taken, and say, somebody is making a video out of your video type thing, you want to have that unchecked, right? And let me see the feature eligibility. you want to have just the basics here. So if you want to have videos that are longer than 15 minutes, you just go through the phone verification. So they just will just verify your account with a phone number if you want to have videos that are longer than 15 minutes, create custom thumbnails, live streaming. And it only takes a second and they walk you through it. And I recommend doing that. Then you want to have the upload default. This is something that you don't have to add the title. You don't want to have the default being a title. The defaults mean that every time you upload a video, it's automatically going to populate this underneath the video. So you don't have to put it underneath all the time. So what you want to put in here are things that are going to be underneath every single video. Places maybe like your website or resources or whatever information that you want to have there. The visibility, I recommend having all videos, clicking on the private. Now, private means that you can send the links to people only with a Google account. They have to have a Google account. Nobody else can search the video or find the video. It's kind of like the super lock, right? But if the people on the receiving end don't have a Google account, they might find it clunky, and you also might find it clunky because it's a little bit more admin. The secondary way to have it is unlisted. Now, unlisted means that only people with the link can view it. So, do you still risk having your content leak out? Yes. In my opinion, anything on the internet, you risk having your content leak out. So, if it's super, super controversial, or if it's super confidential, it shouldn't be anywhere on the internet. That's just my opinion. But when you're sharing your expertise, when you're sharing your processes, usually a lot of people will have those same expertise and those same processes, and that's already on the internet. So you're not sharing stuff like confidential client information. Never ever upload that on the internet. That's just my recommendation, especially on places like YouTube, Loom, or Descript of what we've been sharing. So I would recommend keeping those types of documents under lock and key, and there are different platforms that you could use for that. Ones that I am not really familiar with, but lawyers might be. Okay, so carrying on. Tags. These are just actually for YouTube. So when you have tags on your channel, it tells YouTube what type of channel you are so that they can feed your channel to the people that are interested in the type of content you deliver. So again, if you are creating this channel specifically for something that you don't want public, that you do want internal, just leave the tags blank and then you save. This is where we want to bring in a video. So we're going to upload a video. And basically all you do is select your file. Let's just grab a video from my desktop. How about that? Okay, so then you're just going to upload the video. And whatever you've labeled the video, it's going to use that as a title. You put in a description. It'll tell you that it is processing will begin shortly. Now, I have a YouTube extension called vidIQ. And so you won't have this stuff, actionable SEO score, on your channel unless you have the extension of vidIQ. It helps me to get the right SEO on my YouTube, so my YouTube videos are found a little bit better, and it just kind of helps me with suggestions and whatnot, like what search term you want to rank for. So that's redundant for this video, especially if it is for videos that you are not wanting to have public. going to go through everything. If you had put something in um, where the description is, where it automatically populates, that would pop up here. It gives you, uh, you can upload your own thumbnail, which is the picture that people see at the face of the video. But because we didn't do the verification on the phone, that option is not there. You select a playlist. So if you don't have a playlist available, all you do is create one. And so let's just call this playlist 1. So you would call this basically what part of the tutorial it is. Maybe it's a module. Visibility. You want to make sure that you label your playlist unlisted or private. Unlisted is great. And that way people are not stumbling into it. Then you just select your playlist and done, and upload. You finish the upload. You hit next. Next, it's going to go with the checks. No, it's not made for kids. See, they're going to ask you every single time. Add an end screen. Next. Okay. So it also checks for copyright issues. No issues were found. And then next. And it will ask you if you want to save or publish. Private, only people and you choose can watch your video. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay. So if you have it private and you share privately, this is where you put your invite list. And so they have to be signed into a Google account, and it has to be a Gmail address. And then it'll notify them via Gmail. Okay, if you want to share the video very privately and make sure that only the people with the links can actually see them. That does have a little bit of room for glitches, so be aware of that, but that's the way to keep this just as private as, say, the other platforms we've talked about in this video. Now, unlisted, if we go ahead and save it like that, you can also schedule it to go out at a certain date. Okay, so now you'll have the video link. Once you have the video link, you can copy it and send it to whoever you would like to send it to. And let's have a look at what it looks like on the page. It's not there. Do you know why it's not there? It's not there because it's unlisted. Of course. So if we go back to manage videos, that's where you're going to find it again. And again, you just click here if you want to get the shareable link. You will have the ability to download it. Nobody else will unless they have YouTube Studio, which they pay a certain amount of dollars per month. I think it's like $15 a month. And you can also delete it. So there you have it. You might notice that the sun has changed since I started recording this video. It is now later in the day and the sun is coming in and I have a different light. It's warmer, isn't it? So anyways, okay, now you have 3 different tools. You could figure out which one works best for you and your needs and your education needs and what your team can use, and dive in, learn the functionality, and then just put blinders on. When people tell you, check out this, check out that, check out this, just use what works for you so that you can get your information out there so that you can start utilizing video the way you want to use it and not like sweat the other stuff, right? There's so many platforms that can be used, and there's so many digital things that you could learn about. It becomes super overwhelming. So I gave you a simple process. And like I said before, with any type of online information and online courses, you are risking your knowledge leaking out. If it's online, it's out there, right? So anyone can share an email, anyone can share a link, any, anyone can share anything. So use video responsibly, but use it well. And so you can start to, use it in ways that help you free up your time by recording processes, sharing video things with clients, with onboarding new clients, and of course with testing course projects. When you're working with smaller groups like that, there is a lot more of a trust. So when you get it locked in with the smaller groups, then if you feel like, okay, now it's time to utilize this on a course platform, something like Kajabi is what I use and it's fantastic. But I always recommend, always have this stuff made and recorded and ready to go before you're in the course platform, because a lot of people do it the reverse way, and then you end up paying month over month over month over month for a product that you're not even using yet. So get the basics done first. Kajabi doesn't do the recording of your your knowledge yet for you. That takes time and that takes planning. And so those are the things that are really gonna help you, utilize video and not spend unnecessary time, energy, and money on software that you don't need yet. So if you like this video, please feel free to do the thing, like it, share it, comment, tell me what you'd like to see more of next. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.